Lawrence Ketchum here, and I welcome you to the first episode of Halls, which is where we will be taking a deep dive into the sudden death of King Duncan of Scotland, which has, as of now, been 38 hours since the shocking news, and the time is currently 5:36. I'll be joined by a great friend of mine, Floyd Richards, who has been doing a wonderful deal of research with some shocking evidence of two servants who may have been involved in the killing. But not to share any more insight, you introduce yourself, Floyd. Greetings, listeners. I'm Floyd Richards. As you may already know, I have been digging into the latest news that has been coming out about the recent incident you may have heard as of today. A great way to get you all hooked in today's news is a little summary. After the bloody battle against the traitorous Thane of Croder, MacDonald, Macbeth received Duncan's highest respects and, joined by his colleagues, would party hard at the Macbeth's castle over some supper. I wish I was at that get-together party. Sounds like a blast. Yeah, up until it wasn't a blast, but a brutal splatter. King Duncan of Scotland was found dead in the guest quarters, and in a fit of rage, Macbeth slaughtered the two servants who were found there, with blood on their cloaks. The kingdom was given the news after the horrific discovery. Though, as we discuss this news, a few things don't add up. At the mist of night, some of the guests who had fallen drunk under the power of wine beverages could have sworn to seeing a silhouette of a man.
Sakamoch, will you do the bandango?
Ahem. Back to the reports. The guest also described hearing a light bell-like sound before seeing this silhouette. But that was likely due to the fact that they were drunk, and anything strange can happen. Like murder, Freud. But what doesn't add up to the story is that it was one person the drunk guests claimed to have seen wandering, despite it allegedly being two servants that killed Duncan, who, of course, later were killed and unquestioned by Macbeth. Hold on here. I'm trying to news come in. I think allegedly may be the correct term. It says here in this news article for Village News that Malcolm and a second follower both left at this scene. If anything, Freud, I think that's a pretty suspect thing to do. It may have been both their ideas to smother the blood of the king onto those servants who may have been innocent and, in quick justice, have died by Macbeth's own sword. Would Macbeth be guilty of not questioning those servants before Malcolm and his accomplice left the scene? That really doesn't add up with a silhouette the guests claim to have seen while drunk. Did we ever get word on a possible autopsy of the body? I think an autopsy of the body of the king, and as saddening as it may be, would be helpful to finding the ones or one behind the crime. That may be for the best, Freud. Let's see if we can get on the line with any of those knights at the scene of the crime. No, this is Floyd Richards from the Halls podcast. Me and the hosts of the podcast are curious if there's been any possible autopsy or inspection of the key. This is the phone's hotline speaking. What is it that you want to report? Is it witchery, blasphemy, threats against the king? No, this is Floyd Richards from the Halls podcast. Me and the hosts of the podcast are curious if there's been any possible autopsy or inspection. No, this hotline is only used for sending the king to knife to an area of distress and not for information which perils to the public. No, wait, don't hang up. Listen, we need to get a hold of anyone. Let's make it clear that you and other sources of media outlets should know that this information is disclosed to the public in respect of the scene. Goodbye. That's strange, Vaughns. Hotline said they can't provide any information under the orders of Macbeth to any public sources of media. Bummer. Well, I'm afraid this is going to be a shorter than hoped episode of Halls. Folks, Thanks for tuning in with us this evening. Thanks for tuning in. And here is a word from our sponsor. This weekend is going to be a blast to the past, with a hint of fantasy, swords, magic, elves, and dwarfs. This is the most ambitious game that many of you peasants, knights, and lords have finally been waiting for. Raid Shadow Legends. You can choose from hundreds of characters with unique abilities and attacks. You can build your team and take on the world of Raid. Our favorite character is Frywort the Wizard, who uses swamp magic to soak his foes in disgusting swamp water, along with his ability to throw mud at his enemies. He's such a humorous character that can be added to your collection by using the code FRYWART, which will unlock the character and add 50,000 gold to your profile, as well as 1,500 gems. You can download the game if you haven't already. To top it all off, with an additional 1 million gold